Obviously, theatre is something that's been evolving over centuries, but from what you're seeing, what do you think of the new directions for performance building design?
I think maybe you've asked me that like 6 months ago, the direction might have been slightly different, but I think we're currently writing a book about auditorium design, so very much the kind of preoccupations of that are, where do we go from here, really? And I think if you look at sort of theatre history from 18th, 19th century, is what people think of traditional theatre as, with the audience in one space, the stage and the proscenium separating the two, the audience, the world of the audience, the world of the stage. Throughout the last century, sort of 1950s onwards, there's very much a move towards thrust stages, open stage spaces, or in the round theatre, where I think the actor and audience shared the same room, and that's a kind of a real move. I think in the last 10 years or so, you've seen a move towards what we term like a courtyard theatre, which is a sort of vertically stacked, galleried space with a very flexible area in the middle. And I think probably going forward, we need to think about spaces being much more flexible for all sorts of reasons, not only performance reasons, but what makes audiences feel comfortable gathering together now, and we need to generate spaces that allow that kind of ebb and flow of activity. So I think the future is sort of flexible in some way and adaptable, and what that means, is about not over-engineering things and making it kind of work, but maybe sort of slightly looser spaces. You will always need grand opera houses and the whole formality of that, but I think maybe a lot of spaces going forward will be more flexible.
Now, of course, here we are now in August 2020. We've been in a COVID era for many, many months. And of course, that's affected the theatre world very drastically in London, or throughout the country, with theatres closing down. How do you see that affecting design moving forward? Will it affect design moving forward in a post-COVID era?
I think it's a very kind of preoccupying discussion at the moment. I think it will have an effect longer term. I think that might be about flexibility of spaces to cope with unusual demands. I think we take sort of great encouragement from the kind of pent-up desire for live entertainment. I think very aware that sort of immersive performance is moving, you've got Cirque du Soleil and all the big companies, there's a lot of kind of immersive theatre happening. I think I've always felt that's to do with our increasing reliance on digital technology and looking at things that when we would see something live, we want it to be live. And I think in a way the immersive theatre experience is very much about you are part of that thing, and that's, you want that live experience. I think that will carry on going forward. I think buildings will have to be much more flexible in the way that they operate, and that's fine if you're planning a new building. There are obviously a lot of work to be done in trying to recast existing spaces to allow that kind of adaptability. But I think everybody in the arts is going through a tough time, but I think everybody is very sort of buoyed by the kind of feeling that everybody wants live entertainment back, whatever that might be.